You are brain activity, not you as in your identity, because that would include the brain activity from, this morning, from 10 years ago. But the you of this moment is the brain activity in that skull of this moment. I don't know what to do with this thought experiment, but it makes your stomach churn, I think. Imagine I elongated your optic nerves and your brainstem. Through this longer brainstem, you're still able, let's say I do it with me, I'm still able to control these muscles. And I lift my brain up, I lift myself up, and I hold myself here, and I'm looking at my most essential, fundamental self. Well, I'm still going to have the perspective of here, of course, because this is where the visual input perspective is, right? But I promise you that the actual processing, the experience, would be happening here. Isn't that weird? I'm looking at this brain, so I would feel like I am here, but I wouldn't be, because all the processing, the experience of looking at this brain, all that would be happening here. I was reading today in Being You, the book Being You, about some virtual reality stuff that the author had worked on and experienced, where he would put on a headset, somebody else puts on a headset, both of the headsets have a camera. So he puts on a headset, the visual feed is from the camera of the other headset, and their visual feed is from his camera, right? So he is seeing what they are looking at, and they are seeing what he is looking at. And so then you can stimulate this kind of, this weird out-of-body experience by having these two people who are looking from the perspective of the other walk up to each other and shake hands, and there's a moment where they feel like the body that they're looking at, that they recognize as theirs, is not theirs. And when they look down at the body that definitely isn't theirs, that because of how the movements and the sensations are synchronized to the visual, because each person is shaking the hands of the other person, that they feel like this body that isn't theirs, right? Because they've got a VR headset on, and they're looking from the perspective of the other person, who is looking from their perspective. That, this body that we don't recognize can feel, not this one, sorry, this one can feel like ours. I'm just imagining, like a Hamlet type thing, looking at myself and trying to really understand that I am that processor, not the source of visual information.